Imagine this. You come home from work, see your house ransacked, blood-stained carpets, a gun, and a lifeless body on the floor. The killer, however, while he may be convicted, the death penalty is not enforced in your state. The innocent family is left to deal with the trauma as well as the anxiety that looms over them in regards to the future. Without the enforcement of the death penalty, heinous killers will never face the justice to provide a family with peace. The death penalty provides justice globally to the account of how it demonstrates to the public that irresponsible actions yield irresponsible consequences, or irreversible consequences. The things you need to know about the death penalty is the history behind it, the positive impact it leaves on the community, as well as the financial information regarding the death penalty. The first among these points is the history behind the death penalty. The death penalty has been around since the 18th century BC and has been used as a global method of capital punishment, according to deathpenaltyinfo.org. In terms of the United States, Britain was the most heavily influencer in terms of the death penalty. As new settlers migrated to the United States, capital punishment was brought with them and was often enforced for a wide range of crimes, including adultery as well as theft. However, as time went on, today's society presents the death penalty as only being allowed for the worst of the worst crimes, as well as many limitations and rules regarding the death penalty. Some of these limitations include the protection of juveniles as well as the mentally ill, a racial presence in the jury, as well as many available appeals after you've been convicted. Similarly, people can only receive the death penalty for capital murder. However, many states include the party law, which that means that if you were present at the scene of the crime, even if you did not actually kill the person, you were allowed to be punished with the same exact thing as if you did, due to your presence. Now that we know the basic facts, we can understand the positive impact it has on the community. For me, as a Christian, I believe Jesus has called me to love others and forgive them for their sins. However, in the book of Exodus, Jesus states, "Anyone who strikes a person with a fatal blow is to be put to death. However, if it is not done intentionally, but God let it happen, they are to flee to a place I designate. But if anyone schemes and kills someone deliberately, that person is to be taken from my altar and put to death." This further helps me believe the impactfulness of the death penalty and how is the only punishment strong enough for murder. Similarly, the death penalty provides justice for victims as well as their families. As you can see, these are the two victims on October 6, 2002, a Ferris County police officer as well as Pedro Moreno were killed. They're brutally murdered. Their murderer, Kent William Sprouse, was having issues with his car. So after not being able to fix it himself, he called over Pedro Moreno in an attempt to solve it. And after Pedro could not fix it, he fatally shot Pedro in a fit of rage. Ultimately, whenever Steinfeld, the Ferris County police officer, arrived to the scene, he did not know it would be his last call. Sprouse killed him too. Being a police officer's daughter, this is especially hard to do. On the day of his execution, the wife of Harry Steinfeld, the police officer, Michelle Steinfeld, showed up with only a picture of one thing, their unborn daughter. Due to Sprouse's actions, Steinfeld was no longer allowed to be present in the child's life. By executing him, the Moreno family as well as the Steinfeld family were brought closure and relief, knowing the killer could never harm their family again. Now that we know that the death penalty is also positive for the community, we can begin to understand the financial impact of the death penalty. Upon conviction of capital punishment, inmates are sentenced to either maximum security or solitary confinement. Just to keep someone in jail under these terms, according to cost versus benefits fiscal realities of the death penalty in Pennsylvania, it costs around $35,000 a year to keep someone in jail. As their sentence goes on, appeals are often made. However, money is saved through execution. Whenever an inmate is executed, it reduces their sentence, therefore reducing the amount of years they are in jail, therefore reducing the money spent. This also helps reduce overcrowding in the jail, as well as saves the government money as well as ultimately taxpayers. Now that we know the death penalty has a positive impact in the community, the history of the death penalty, as well as the financial benefits. In conclusion, the death penalty should be enforced because it affects more than just a single person, but it also transforms the community to seek true justice for actions. The history, the positive impact, as well as the financial benefits are some of the reasons for the implication of the death penalty. So hearing this info, do you support the death penalty?